Vincent van Gogh died thinking he was a failure, not a misunderstood genius, not a legend, just a failure. He had sold only 3 paintings during his entire life. He believed no one cared about his work, and the world seemed to agree. But what if I told you that the only reason we know his name today, the only reason Starry Night hangs in museums and not in a forgotten attic, is because of one woman, a woman the world nearly forgot, Johanna van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh is now one of the most admired and beloved painters in history. His paintings are worth millions. His unique brushstrokes, vibrant colors, and raw emotion have touched millions of people across the globe. But during his lifetime, he was seen as a madman, a failure, a burden. The art world rejected him. Critics ignored him. Buyers turned away. Only one person ever truly believed in Vincent, his younger brother, Theo. Theo supported him financially, emotionally, and always told him, "One day, they'll understand you." But then, Vincent died by suicide in 1890, and 6 months later, Theo also died, broken by grief. Now here's where the story should have ended, but it didn't. When Theo died, all of Vincent's paintings, around 400 of them, ended up in the hands of Theo's young widow, Johanna van Gogh. She was 28 years old, a widow, a new mother, alone in a small apartment in Paris. She had no money, no power, and no connections in the art world. What she did have was 400 canvases, works of art that nobody wanted, paintings people had mocked, art that most believed should never see the light of day. Everyone expected her to quietly move on, maybe keep a few paintings for sentimental value, sell the rest, start over. But Johanna didn't see Vincent's work as trash. She saw it as treasure. Johanna knew how much Vincent meant to Theo. She had read the letters, hundreds of them, between the two brothers. She felt the passion in every word. She knew this wasn't just paint on canvas. This was Vincent's soul. So she made a decision that changed everything. She sold her furniture. She turned her apartment into a guest house to survive, and in her free time, she dedicated herself completely to Vincent's legacy. She contacted critics. She organized small exhibitions. She sent paintings to friends of Theo, and she began publishing the letters between Vincent and Theo so the world could hear Vincent's voice. People began to notice, slowly. They started to understand that behind those wild colors and stormy skies, there was a deep, brilliant, tortured artist pouring his heart into every brushstroke. Then in 1905, just 15 years after Vincent's death, Johanna did something incredible. She organized the first major Van Gogh exhibition in Amsterdam. Hundreds of paintings, thousands of visitors, and for the first time ever, the world saw Vincent van Gogh, not as a madman, not as a failure, but as a visionary. From that moment, his fame began to grow. Collectors took notice, critics wrote reviews, and museums started acquiring his work. It was a revolution in the art world. And it all started because one woman refused to let him be forgotten. Vincent van Gogh never knew success during his life. He died in pain, believing his work meant nothing. But thanks to Johanna, the entire world sees him differently today. We admire his genius. We feel his emotions through his art. And we remember his name. All because one woman said, "No, this matters, he mattered." If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories from the world of art and history. And always remember, sometimes the greatest legacies are not saved by the artists themselves, but by the people who believe in them long after they're gone.